Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another album discussion. I meant to say welcome back to Slope Club, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's another album discussion video. What's up, guys? I'm Boy, and with me in this episode, parade enthusiasts, Tron, Josh, and Jimmy. What's up, guys?
What up?
Hey. I'm dying, but it's okay because Cheeky Parade is the shit, dude. Fucking love this group. Fucking
Hang
love
in
this
there,
group.
Jimmy. We're gonna talk about Cheeky Parade this time. This is the third Idol Street Idol group album we're discussing. Making our way through Idol Street. After this, there's only one left, right? Is that right? Anyway, Cheeky Parade, the album we're going to talk about is their first one, Cheeky Parade 1. Cheeky Parade, they were
Ugh.
an Idol Street Idol group formed in 2012 with 9 members. That was their whole thing. They were always 9, the 9. But they disbanded in 2018 with 7.
My BUNBUN 9, dude.
Wait, what happened to the two?
2 members went to go study abroad in LA.
Yeah, but those
and
weren't
that
the
was
ones.
that was kind of the start of it, right? And then from there, 2 other members left when they came
Two
back.
different members left, and then they ended up with 7 at the end of their run. But yeah, Cheeky Parade, they had kind of this like cooler edge compared to other Idol Street groups. They were the second one that Avex made, the first one being Supergirls, who was more kind of orthodox and traditional. Cheeky Parade had like the energy and like kind of edge to them. And then there was Gem, of course. We talked about Gem with their dance pop sensibilities, and then Wasta in their, just general wackiness. Anyway,
Harajuku, Akiba.
but yeah, Cheeky Parade kind of really centered only in like pop and rock and a little bit of electronic stuff. But they had like the sound, right? That's pretty kind of noticeable compared to other Idol Street groups. So this album, Cheeky Parade 1, was released November 2013. 13 tracks. It had their indie single and their first 3 major label singles. And it's the only one that's on Spotify. So that's why we're talking about this one instead of Cheeky Parade 2, which is actually better. But hey.
I was about to say, my only negative about doing this review is that it wasn't on Cheeky Parade 2. Because, man, that album slaps. But we're not here to talk about that. We're not here to talk about that.
I wouldn't know.
Go listen to it.
Jimmy, obviously familiar with Cheeky Parade, but Tron and Josh, how are you?
I am a little bit familiar because I know that they came to the States a couple times, and I know like the SoCal, y'all in SoCal were pretty hyped for them. I remember you guys, they were at like anime convention or some Japanese festival. Like
It was
only
a
like
Japanese culture thing.
like only 20 people showed up, and 10 of them were the bros, which was pretty.
It was
cool.
all us.
I remember seeing some videos about that. I was like,
experience.
y'all like went through the high five event like 10 times in a row because it was like
Taught the members how to whip and nay dude.
that's
Oh,
right.
Yeah,
I've seen that. Oh, that's cool.
this-
I
this
see.
event-
I think it
that
was
was
one of
relevant
boys'
at the
vlogs.
time.
Yeah, one of boys' vlogs had
Yeah,
that.
but like this event they were invited to wasn't really advertised, so like no one knew about it. We only knew because someone tipped us off to it.
Oh, interesting. Even though you guys were fans and everything?
Vaguely. I think Boy was already more casually listening to them. I kind of just heard of them through Boy mainly.
But yeah, so it was a really like small attendance, and that sucks obviously because you want them to have more people to come see them and stuff like that. But at the same time, as an attendee, it was like super chill.
It
Like,
must have been great for you guys, right? Very intimate
Yeah,
in some aspects, right?
Yeah. I actually interviewed them for a different website I was doing at the time, like a year later, and they actually remembered me. That's how intimate that
Wow.
concert was, because it was just like, oh, you're that guy,
Our
Like,
first experience in America. Yeah, I mean, it's, remember Jimmy and the crew.
oh, but no, that wasn't even their first experience. They were one of the first international groups to perform at a music festival in New York.
Oh, did I know
Yeah,
that?
if you guys checked out their music video for Candy Pop Galaxy Bomb, which is not on this album, then you'll see footage of that. But yeah, that's Cheeky Parade.
I've only seen them in the videos that you guys talk about. So when you guys went to those events, I think that's the only exposure I really had to them.
Yeah, I mean, they were cool. They had like this energy to them, right? But let's get into the album. What are some of your faves?
My favorite song, "BUNBUN 9."
Oh, there it is.
I think that's everyone's favorite song. I feel because the song is so good. I remember this song because I don't know if Boy or someone like linked me to it. Maybe it was Chang, like linked me to it. I was like, oh damn, this thing slaps. Whenever it came out.
Hey, Tron,
Yeah.
are you ready? Okay.
Yeah.
Cheeky. Oh yeah, dude.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to put you on the spot there, but
No, that song's really good. It's my favorite song. I feel like it's probably a pretty high ranking song for all y'all as well. But yeah, good energy, very catchy.
I would say that out of this entire album, if you were to have to choose one song to show somebody, try to give them an overall vibe of Cheeky Parade, BUNBUN 9 would definitely be my pick. Because it's one of the songs that like kind of gets the energy and the vibes across. But also, what is it? I think one of the best things about Cheeky Parade, in my opinion, is that like the vocal members have some pretty decent vocal chops, and it really comes through in BUNBUN 9, right?
The AVEX training, comes through.
This is their first album. BUNBUN 9 was like their first major label like debut single, and so it's very early in their career, right?
Yeah, it's like 2013.
They were already kind of up there with the vocals, and of course their dancing was kind of known to be a little bit more like energetic compared to other idol street groups or other idols at the time. So this definitely sells the energy.
Yeah, definitely a lot of energy in the song. For me, I feel like I was okay with it, but then when the chorus came on, I was like, okay, I'm digging this.
It's so good, man. I like all the hooks in this song.
Yeah.
The beat is cool. It's like do. So definitely my favorite.
It's one of their, I would say, their definitive classics, right? Like, obviously we were kind of talking about it before. Much bigger fans of their later album. I think their sound definitely kind of rounds out, matures quite a bit. But I feel like if I were to compile like a best of, like BUNBUN 9 would still sit there. I think it's a very great, like it shows the potential of the group for considering how old this song is. All right.
What else? What else? What do you like, Josh? What's your
My favorite one is Mugendai Shoujo for All.
Oh, it's just A, dude.
Well, that's technically for all, but
Yeah, the upside. It's the upside down A.
It's a good song.
This is also another song that really defines them.
Yeah, this song I was really into.
I think more of a serious tone compared to BUNBUN 9.
A little bit more melody driven, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for me, I just really like those moments where it just like dips into the strings and just like hear strings along with the vocals. I was like,
Oh, you like that Vivaldi sample, dude?
Yeah.
I said this about what was it in the Gem review, because they also use the Vivaldi right in one of their songs, Starshine Story. And I was not super into that song, but it works for this one because I think it has like the tone is a little bit more serious. Like the Gem song was like all Christmassy and stuff. So, but really for me, this song just reminds me of their mix too much. I don't know if that's a good thing. Cheeky Parade has their own mix, right? That's like, what is that? Rayon, Tora, Cheetah, and it's like these animals and shit. I just remember like when we saw them live, they had like a contingent of Japanese Woda that came, followed them here, and they were just like popping off the whole time. And they're like, when Mugendai Shoujo A started, they just started screaming the mix, and I can't get it out of my head.
Did I tell you, this is kind of an aside. I was watching a Cheeky Parade Blu-ray way back when, and those dudes were at the front of the concert in that Blu-ray as well. I was like, wow,
they
dude,
have
some
true
travel
fans.
across super
different
fans.
countries.
Well, yeah, definitely
man.
super fans. But I was like, I know
Yeah.
that guy, dude. He's the one that was telling us which members were dumb and which members were smart in front of their faces, dude.
Oh yeah, yeah. So I like the song, but to me the only thing is I feel like the instrumentation could be a lot like stronger. I feel like it's a bit too soft for like how serious the song is trying to portray itself. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the drum is a little bit monotonous, right? Just a doom cat doom cat doom like the entire time practically. Yeah.
But I do like the song.
All right, Jimmy, was that one your favorite song, the one from before, or is it a different one?
No, my favorite would definitely be BUNBUN 9. But there's a lot of other really good songs on here as well, like C.P.U.
Oh
Right?
yeah.
I feel like that's a really strong because like there's technically introduction discovery, right? But that's literally an intro track, which I kind of like
Yeah, I
because
dig it. I dig it.
the album takes you on a little journey musically, right?
Yeah, it's a drum and bass track. You know?
But CPU is your first proper intro.
Let me ask a question real quick. Is like, I'm not sure if you guys were fans back then, or I don't know if this is like their theme for this album specifically, but there's like the first with the introduction of like the first 3 or 4 songs. Is it like robot, electric theme, alien theme, like their theme?
There's definitely that theme. I feel like
Is that
it
like
runs
a
through the
Shiki
whole
Parade
album.
thing, or is that just this particular album and that area of time? That was just what their shtick they were trying to do.
It's kind of the theme to this album. Right?
Okay, that's what I thought, which is fine. I just wasn't sure that was like a Cheeky Parade thing because I wasn't that familiar, or that was just like the album theme because that's a good like 3 or 4 songs. This one included C.P.U, where you just get this like alien robotic vibes, which is interesting. It's fun.
I feel like Cheeky Parade was like kind of like the more electro pop influence group out of the at the time 3 Avex Idol Street groups. So maybe that has something to do with it, Whereas like, at the time anyways, Supergirls was a little bit more considered, like their traditional idol sound. Gem was that straight pop radio Disney, and Wasta just didn't exist yet,
I mean, this is good though. Like it differentiates them and like it puts them in another.
I also remember like during this period of time, like 2013, 2012, 2014, this kind of theme of like electropop was very common in idol music. I feel like because Morning Musume around this time was also doing these kind of like electronic like EDM sounding songs. So it was interesting, like this period of music for idols at this time. There was a couple of groups that were following the same theme, but the execution was done very well. I think this is like my another top 3 song for me.
I like electronic music, but they don't like fully. They're not fully electro pop. They still have like that. Idol pop rock.
Yeah,
style.
they're embracing some principles in electronic pop, but not really going full.
It gives them a style that I like. The Checkera is pretty cool. I really like that one.
Check it out, yeah, dude.
Because it's basically like chiptune 8-bit music plus like idol pop rock.
And that transition from the previous song to this song is so smooth.
Mm-hmm.
I like this one because they got like a pretty, I guess, like prominent Japanese chiptune musician to produce it, and that guy's style incorporates a lot of rock into his music, and so it's just kind of like transferred it over, but which is cool. It's still structured like a idol pop song, and I thought the chorus was quite strong. Check it out, check it out.
I think that's kind of the common thing with a lot of Cheeky Parade songs, right? Like, there's always a very distinct chorus.
Yeah, and they're all catchy and stuff.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know, especially like it's like if you're gonna have members that are like very, very talented vocalists, right? I think the what is it? The main vocal members was
Hina.
Yeah, Hina. What is it? Marin, Yuriya.
Mm-hmm.
Like they definitely really I don't want to say carry, but it like kind of helps elevate a lot of some of these like choruses and stuff like that, right?
Well, speaking of the intro though, the Cheeky Fighter is basically the intro, right? But it's a full song because it uses like the alarm right in the intro and stuff like that. And so I like the striving, like the strong driving feel in the chorus parts are pretty cool. But yeah, like those first 3 tracks really keep that feel.
Yeah, it has the same theme throughout. Elements of the same theme. They're both executed very well, I have to say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think out of the 3 first ones, I think I like Cheeky Fighter the most.
I think I like Chikura more.
CPU guy.
I do like the tone that this one has a little bit more. Like I know Check It Out has like a lot of like high energy and then like a little bit slower sections, but this one I like how I don't know, like a little fresh sounding chorus contrasting with the verse lines. I don't know. I just really dig this one.
I'm more of a CPU guy, but your all those choices are valid.
And which is weird because usually I don't like this type of like high energy, like high pitched kind of singing that this song has. But in this case, I was like, I dig it.
Yeah, I think the vocals really help with that.
Yeah, the vocals are done well. Like you could probably do the same exact song and like melody and just give it to, I don't want to say like, not as, you know, a group that's not as great in vocals as Cheeky Parade is. It probably would sound the same. I think just that Avex training and just like how great the girls sound helps just drive it more. And that's why I think where you're used to listening to Josh probably is groups that like just don't have that vocal range and power that still keep this kind of theme that you probably just turns you off a little bit. But the girls singing that well kind of just helps it just be more pleasant to listen to, and probably why you.
They also don't sing as high, so.
Yeah, they have a lot more chest voice than you would typically find in a lot of idol singing in general, right?
And then so we have those intro tracks, and then there's the three in the middle that are unit songs. Starting with what is the Toshiue Koi Mo Yowo.
I really like this one. This is the jazz song, right? Like little jazzy vibes to
got
it.
that electro swing.
Like this one.
It's nice.
This was actually my least favorite.
Rip electro swing, dude.
No, I mean, okay, it's not bad, but there's and granted, it came out first, but there's a very similar song off of Wasta's debut album, and whenever I hear this song now, I'm just like, I'd rather go listen to that song.
I know the song we're talking. So we did that for our album review, right? I think I remember.
We talked about that one.
About. I see that. Yeah. I would have to listen to that again.
It's a nice vibe, right? It's like more of a it's a show kind of thing. That's got all the horns and stuff going off, so not bad. And then we have Uchu Hiko Sensation. This one's actually the duo with the two youngest, I think, Momoka and
Mariya. Mm-hmm.
And then they kind of sing rap the verse parts, right?
That was cool.
I like the part where like it's like, "Hey, Mariya," and she's like, "Man, shut up." Right, that part's funny because there's actual sisters, right? Yuriya and Mariya are sisters.
For now, their own unit, but we won't get into that.
Just like that, she was like, "One-chan damate, bro." Shut up, dude. I mean, yeah, it's got some attitude, I guess.
Yeah, it has a certain vibe to it that I enjoy to it.
I think both that's again, like it kind of follows the theme of like that 2012, 2013 electronic vibe sound that we heard in the beginning of this album. That's, you know, executed well, but definitely same theme and elements that we heard it previously. But I enjoyed it.
And then the last unit song is Koi Teleportation with a more straightforward like electro pop arrangement. It sounded like.
Honestly, considering the members, I felt like this would have been the most idly song, and in a way, I guess it kind of.
I still feel like it's a little idle.
I think the chorus kind of brings that theme around, because I think the chorus is really
Yeah.
catchy. That brings the idol vibe more so than like what the actual elements of the instrumentals bring.
I like the chorus though.
Yeah, the chorus is very catchy. It's my favorite part of the album or the song.
Yeah, before we get into those unit songs, there's Hokago Catharsis.
Another electronic sounding song, if I remember correctly. Like again, following the same theme. I think that was like one kind of critique I had was that like again, I'm not going into the Cheeky Parade. I didn't know what their theme, their shtick, like what their. I know they're Idol Street, I know they're Avex, but I feel like, you know, we talked about before, like you have a Wasa distinct sound, you have a Gem distinct sound, and then like Superheroes a distinct sound. I wasn't sure what Cheeky Parade brings to the table, except for like a couple of songs I've listened to in the past. And I guess specifically this album itself, a lot of electronic sounding vibes, and I think it just goes back to like the era of that time between 2012 and 14. Just that was just the thing to do in idol music at that time, I feel, between other groups.
Yeah, I guess they made this group at that time just kind of capitalize on the style, right?
Which is fine. It's just it kind of wears a little bit on me. Not too
Yeah.
much variety.
Especially since like the very beginning we get this type, and like it all flows like really smoothly together. But at the same time, it's it's so smooth that I kind of feel like sometimes it kind of blends in a little, like just the same repeated subgenre.
They switch it up with this track though. It goes for a little bit more dance kind of groove instead of like the driving rock feel, and so this is a nice like kind of break in the sound.
I feel like this is another one that I don't care to listen to as much anymore, mainly because it's the sound is very dated to me. You know what I
Right.
mean?
I think that's a good way of
not,
putting it.
and not the best way. You know, like when I listen to this, I'm like, oh, that's definitely from like early 2010s. You know,
Yeah.
like
Especially in the
Yeah.
chorus section. You can tell
yeah,
that's it.
exactly. Like you know, like BUNBUN 9 definitely has that older sound to it, but like it has an older in a timeless kind of sense for idol music, anyways, right?
That's a good way of putting it. I think what you just said just kind of like reiterates, like kind of hits what I'm just talking about earlier, Jimmy, is that like it just doesn't age well. Some of these songs just don't feel like it age well. You can definitely show that, like, you know, listening now in 2020 then wouldn't want to be something that I'd really particularly want to go towards or add to any kind of like playlist for me.
Let's get on to the last few songs here. We have Challenger. Just really straightforward. It's like, yeah, this is idol pop.
This song sounds like something that I feel like could be interchanged with Gem, and it had like a Gem vibe to it when I was listening to it. I feel like you could like play this song and have like Gem inserted and have like the girls from Gem sing the song and be like, oh yeah, this is definitely a Gem song, but no, this is a Cheeky Parade song. But another like straightforward fun song, but had like Gem vibes to me.
Like this could be any idol street. I mean, I can see Supergirls do this or Watts that do this. They just kind of like grab one off the shelf. Here you go.
I wish this was the closer to this album.
Oh,
It has that kind of like wrapping things up kind of vibe for me. Like I don't know. When I listen to it, I feel like it's like a kind of like a all right, let's chill down now. It's the cool down song.
Yeah, I get you. Yeah, totally.
It's not the ballad. We'll talk about that later. Every Cheeky Parade song has the ballad song. It's not the ballad song. That's the penultimate song. This is the cool down.
The album ends with Cheeky Dreamer, right, which is their indies single, and this has more of like a starting off kind of like feel to it, right?
Yes, exactly. I feel like Cheeky Dreamer could have been like the second song on the track or the album after the introduction or something. Or maybe one, like, you know, something to break up the earlier songs, right? Because if you guys kind of had that monotonous vibe, then maybe this would have helped if they were just a little earlier.
see, I really like this song ending, and but I could definitely like, now that you guys mention it, I think it also could be a good starting song. Like I don't mind it being the ending song. I think it caps off because it kind of sounds like a song that Hello Project would kind of use to cap off a concert. Like old like Hello Project, like a Hello Project concert, you'd use these kind of like high energy, kind of like, all right guys, one more push, let's go. You know, and, songs which kind of like you see in Hello Project concerts at the back in the day. But I could also see how you guys could insert like within the second or third song and, you know, break it up a little bit. I think it's pretty versatile, which is one thing I could say. I enjoy it though, either way.
Cheeky Dreamer is good though.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
it's
you know, Cheeky Dreamer is
the-
just a really good song.
my second
The-
favorite song I think on the album is Cheeky Dream.
The verse is great with the little like synth thing in the background, and then the chorus is like super like energy. Like, you can get into it, right? Like the gan part, right? You can just like chant along or whatever. So it's very like complete.
All right, it's time to get to the ballad, guys.
Oh, happy days? Question mark.
I mean, it's a mid-tempo ballad, man.
Yeah. I think in the album, this feels a little out of place.
Well, I'm gonna say I'm pretty sure I sound like such a hypocrite because I always dump on mid tempo ballads, but I love this song, dude.
I'm gonna continue the former because I think this is the weakest song in the album. It's just not my shtick.
Yeah, I mean, like I don't like idols doing mid-tempo ballads either, but I think they have the vocals to carry it
100%.
to where
100%.
it's not
Yeah.
terrible, and so it's serviceable. I'm like, yeah, that's cool. I'll listen to it once in a while.
Well, I feel like it doesn't. It feels like it was a song written to be a mid tempo ballad, right? It sits in that very kind of chill ballad. It's not like a dramatic one or melancholic or anything like that. So it's supposed to kind of just have like a chill, relaxed vibe, right? Whereas like my issue with a lot of idol mid tempo ballads is it feels like it's stuck, right? Like I either want them to slow it down to just really lean into the ballad, or I want them to bring it up because it's not quite ballady enough.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like I feel like Happy Days is one of the few idol mid tempo ballads that kind of like sits into that chill vibe at the mid tempo very well.
I see what you're talking about.
Yeah, for me, this one's like a little out of place compared to like the previous song, or even like the album in general. Like it goes like it dips a little bit too fast to like the slow ballad, where it feels a little bit out of place.
Especially like right after Mugendai Shoujo
Yeah,
A,
yeah,
right? It's kind of
especially,
like the issue, yeah.
It's hard to slot in a ballad in an idol album, right? Because they're usually like a lot of energetic songs, and then it's, we need the ballad. We like we check that box.
But I do enjoy the second half of this chorus. How it like trails off with the vocals. A little percussion starts getting a little steady with the vocals. I just like you like kind of groove with it a little.
Yeah, it's not so slow to where it's just like. At least there's like a beat where you can just like bob your head to. So I think it's like a well produced track, even though I don't usually, like idol mid tempo ballads or just idol ballads in general. So,
I think your point, boy, though, like the girls' vocals can definitely carry it and make it serviceable. Like if any other group were to try this, any other like group outside of like Idol Street were to like try to perform the song, I think it would be even like pegged lower for me. But just because how great the vocals are for Cheeky Parade and these girls, I think it's serviceable. I think that's the one where I just keep on going back to. It's a good song though overall.
So I think we've gone through all the tracks.
Yes, sir.
13 of them.
Wait, did we not talk about the last one?
Yeah, that was Cheeky Dreamer.
You have any comments on Cheeky Dreamer, Josh? Did you forget?
Wait, did we talk about this already?
Yeah, we did.
When?
Earlier,
Before, it could be in the
ballad.
beginning of the album or
yeah.
or at the end
I was
of the
like,
album.
oh yeah, it feels like it could have been like a second or
No, we didn't talk about more though. That was like the highlighted one. Okay, Josh, insert your thoughts on Cheeky Dreamer. What do you think about Cheeky Dreamer?
Well, listening to this song, this is like my second favorite, I think, on here. I think this would be great to see live. Like, I could already hear the chants in my head, like when I hear the song. Like just me going along with it. Definitely has like those idol feels where like the fan interaction is very important into the song.
yeah, especially like the ba da 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 da, and then you hear yeah da 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 yeah, right? Like
It's kind of made for that, right?
mhm.
And then it even has like the slow movement, so you could do the whole arm thing and everything, and then like go straight into party mode.
Oh, because I think I definitely agree on Josh's sentiment. Like this song would be definitely hype live if I ever saw it. Well, I can't anymore. I just realized that. If I was gonna say if I ever get a chance to see this song live, but I'm like, oh wait, no, never
Wait,
mind.
they're not around anymore.
Anyways,
Who thought it would be a good idea to do disbanded groups, huh?
Some of them are still active, right? Like me doing music.
Yeah, the Suzuki sisters. Yeah, Yuriya and Mariya.
It's
they're called
unfortunate
Rosa
because
Real.
they sing very well. It's just they
They're
don't have
very
the
talented singers.
they don't have the production to back them up.
whoever manages that group or whoever produces the music videos, I think it's like an intern or a freshman or someone you find off of Fiverr.
Yeah, it's like they don't have anyone to back them, so it's just, they can't get their talents.
But they don't really have that support that they don't got that AVIC support that they used to have.
Exactly, that's the biggest thing. They're lacking a lot because it's like a lot goes into an album, just not vocal ability, right? And so yeah, it kind of sucks to see that they just don't have that. But if you watch some of their more recent videos, they're a little bit better produced.
Okay, I have not. Okay, I'll check that out.
And you can hear some of their vocals. I definitely, if you guys are watching this, go give Rosa Real a listen. The two sisters are like extremely talented.
This sucks. She was my favorite. Mayoshi does not deserve this.
Hey, we'll offer our services to you, so please just hit us up.
All right, let's give some of our ratings. What do you guys think of Cheeky Parade 1?
So I am gonna give this album a 7 out of 10. I think it's a pretty solid idol album. It kind of is up my wheelhouse of just like orthodox, good energy, strong vibes, that I want out of idol music, right? So I think to my earlier point about the album being kind of monotonous with some of the electronic 2012, 2014 theme vibes that were prevalent at the time, I think that's why I kind of pegged it down from an 8 down to a 7. But overall, the girls sing great. Avex, what can you say? I mean, they trained their girls very well. They're talented very well. But there's some songs that just kind of felt a little monotonous to me, and would be nice to switch it up. I'm really excited to like Boy and Jimmy are hyping the second album, so I'm gonna definitely check that out and be excited for that one. But for this one in particular, 7 out of 10.
I'm also gonna give it a 7 out of 10. It's a good one. Energetic, idle pop music. There's some cool beats in there that I enjoyed, but overall, I think the album flows very well. There's a lot of like similar motifs throughout the songs, even though some songs are like a different style. So it like really brings the album together, and yeah, and as my one of my favorite Cheeky Parade songs in BUNBUN 9. So yeah, overall very solid. Would recommend.
So for me, this is also a 7 out of 10. Look at that, triple seven.
Oof.
777.
Yeah, this is my first time listening to this group. I know Boy and Jimmy always talk about them, and used to always talk about them as well when they were still active. And I think overall this is solid. Again, 5 is like run of the mill for us. 1 is like throw it away. I'm gonna go write a letter to the Japanese government to remove the song or whatever.
Burn
And
it from
10
the
is like the
archives.
best one. I'm gonna tell all my
Goddamn.
friends. But yeah, but for me, like this style of music usually doesn't appeal to me that much. But I think for this one, I don't know, something with me really connected. It must be the vocals or maybe like how they mix together with the chorus. But I think that someone who really enjoys the style of music, I think this group is right up their alley. And I think definitely seeing this in person would bring this up, like at least by 1 score. Like, I think if there's more songs that were maybe like to break up the monotonous, kind of like Tron mentioned before in the beginning, that would help it out a little bit more to bring it up to an 8. But yeah, I think overall for me it's a 7.
I think this might be a first. I wish we were a slot machine, because I was also gonna give this a 7. So 7s across the board. I think my biggest thing is kind of like, yeah, this is a good album. It definitely is above average as far as the idol music that I've listened to. I think what bumps it down from being something much higher is the fact that I know Cheeky Parade 2 exists. It's just because let's like, for the people who've heard it, for the people who are going to listen to it, it's the much more refined version of Cheeky Parade 1, right? A lot of the things that we kind of complained about gets explored and touched on better in Cheeky Parade 2. Like, oh, hey, Happy Dreamers, Happy Days, not that great of a mid-tempo song to you guys. That's okay. We got Faith, an even better mid-tempo ballad, like, some of like, oh, you want more of like an idol rock sound? You got Shake Na and things like that, So it's a lot. They really matured quite a bit, but this album for me is like a big ball of what used to be the potential, because the group no longer exists. But yeah, and especially as like someone who was very into them for a period of time, yeah, it's just kind of it just stays in a special place in my heart. It's definitely one that like anyone who gets into idols, I inevitably start recommending them some Cheeky Parade songs. So BUNBUN 9 is like at the top of that list, so that alone bumps it up. But yeah, it's gonna be a 7 for me as well. So that average, it's gonna take some hard math and
Oh wait, we
calculations
crunch
here.
the numbers over here.
I believe, I could be wrong, I believe it's a 7 out of 10 from us.
Look at that. Surprise. Spoiler alert.
That was Cheeky Parade 1. I hope you guys all enjoyed watching our discussion. Let us know what your thoughts are on the album down below. Let us know if it's good, if it's bad, if you think it's a 7 as well. Maybe everyone in the comments can give it a 7 as well, and then it could just be a chain of 7s. But yes, go ahead, leave your comments down there, leave a like if you enjoyed it, and subscribe for future videos that we will release. But for now,
Spotify, get 2. Please get 2 on Spotify, please.
that is all from us. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.